Alrighty, welcome guys to our how to make money in crypto. So we're going to talk about the meeting that's going to happen very soon, which is on our countdown is how many hours? 4 hours and 8 minutes from now. And I want to prepare everybody for the meeting and how you can take advantage based on the result and what to look for. If you have watched yesterday's video, I talked about you should be buying. I hope you bought. And I explained the reason why. If you missed that, you can watch it. But, you know, prices are not in 18K right now. They're 19K. That might change after today's meeting. So let me go through the meeting and my opinion about it. If they come out, obviously they're going to announce probably 75 basis point. Okay, it's probably what they're going to do. However, if for some odd reason I'm wrong and they put 1% a full percent increase in the interest rate, then obviously your markets will crash, and you know you want to take advantage of that either by shorting, which is not really part of our course here, or just buying the dip. You know, you're probably going to see at least 16K range, 16.5, maybe 15K if they do that. You know, I don't want to go in price prediction or anything now because I don't think they're going to do that, but I need you to be prepared for that. Okay. But it's not the only bearish thing they can do, because they're going to announce the interest rate, but also they'll have like a question and answer after. And you want to check the tone, right? Like, what is the tone of that conversation? Is it like a soft landing? Is it a bearish tone, or is it a bullish tone? Like, oh yeah, everything is fine. We think that the inflation rate may have peaked, or at least we think so, and you know we'll probably start going down. Is if that's very bullish talk, right? So I won't be able to make the meeting, but I want you guys to be prepared. But I have my orders set at different price if it crashes. Okay, so you might want to know what they are. They're basically, yeah, I've got some at 18,000. I've got some at 17K range, 16K range, and you know, for now, I don't think it will go lower than 16K, to be honest. I don't think it would crash to 13K overnight, although it could. So I'll be ready for that if that happens. But I think they want a soft landing because the election is coming up, which is approximately what, 40 something days away. And so probably they don't want to look bad, right? So they want to look good so that they are going to have a positive outlook on themselves. So for that reason, traditionally speaking, usually there's a bullish momentum during a mid-election at the end of the year. Okay, so I talked about that yesterday's video. So it's very possible that people are just waiting to see the result of this meeting, right? And so probably we see the pump back to 20, and that 20 is now what was support is now resistance. So if we break through, I'm very bullish. That may be the last opportunity you would have seen at this 18K price. And as I told you guys, I'm not sure how many percent I'm in, but I'm way over 40% now for sure. So and I probably would have bought a lot more at 17K there, but it didn't happen. So that's okay. I'm fine with what I have. But if you didn't go in, this may be your last chance to get a low price if there's kind of a positive outlook, right? If it goes down, then we know that in that case, it might go all the way down to 10,000 even, I said, right? All the way down to here. So I'm also prepared for that. Why? I'm still very cash positive. But at some point, we are going to break this yellow line here. You see this? That is the line in the sand here. And that's the most bullish thing. This can't go on forever. The worst case is that, yeah, you're probably going to go right by November, or we start breaking it even in October, and maybe sooner, depending how bullish it is. I mean, the more bullish, the sooner we break it. The more bearish, the more time. You see, because time, the longer it takes, the more bearish we are. The more bullish we are, the shorter it is, we break that line. And that's the line in the sand. Because when we break this, it's very, very like bullish. Many people will think that the bottom was already done, and I would agree with that. Okay, usually, and there's a lot of reason I say that. If you go back into the previous bull market runs, you can absolutely see that this has been the case, right? Like when we broke that line, right, it was the end. You never went back into the low price, right? You can see like here was the bear market, broke through. The low price was here at 3,000. You get what I'm saying? Right? And that's kind of what we're doing right now. We're just waiting for this line to be broken. And this is a log line, but if you move it like this closer, but pretty much that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting to break this yellow line, and that will be the end of the bull market. So the end of the bear market, sorry, the beginning of the bull market rather. Well, the beginning is when it reaches the bottom, which is very close. You can see that we've actually kind of almost touched this bottom part here, which to me, that's pretty close. So yeah. What else, Austin? We talked about altcoins.
Oh, we talked about the interest rate. Yeah, altcoins is on next.
So altcoins is okay to buy if you feel good about the speech, right? Like if everything is like bullish and you see that, let's say, you're seeing people starting to buy and the price goes up, right? Let's say, I want to get out of here. Hold on. I guess I got to go back here. I got to get rid of this. Right. So if you go to the here, right, and then you start seeing breaking through like 20. I mean, listen, if the speech is good, you can start buying altcoins. If not, you don't want to do that. And the reason you don't want to do that is because the Bitcoin dominance is probably going to continue going up. And what that will mean is that the altcoins will lose a lot of its value in case it goes down. If it goes up, then it's fine, right? It's fine. Then in that case, you could buy altcoins. And that would be the list here, like Ethereum, Uniswap, Matic, Cake, BNB, you know, and I would say that those top for now, right? Don't buy anything. Like you could buy some more risky one, like the rest is quite like risky. That's okay. You could buy them as long as you're holding them for the long period of time. Now let's talk about the sales target. So if we don't go down to the 16K range, right, then the sales target is 40K. But if we do go down to 16K range, the sales target will be 30K. Okay, if you go down to 15K, right, because it's double, you understand? So that's what we're trying to do here. So anything below 15K, you know, if you go down a little bit like 13K, then you could make more money if that happens, because 28K will still be the sales target. That's not going to change, but you just be able to make more. So the difference, how much it goes down, doesn't really matter. It does in a way for you, because if you're a buyer, you're making more money on those buys, because the sales target doesn't change. It's going to be, if it breaks this 17K range, anything below 17K is going to be 28K. Okay, so let me repeat that so it's very clear. Let me show you. Okay, so let's take it longer. Let's take a full day here so we can clearly see. Okay, so if we break this, if we break this support here, that changes the sales target to 30K, right? So anything that we buy under like 16, 15K, if it reaches those like level, then the sales target will be about 30K. However, if we don't break it and that's the low zone, then the sales target will be 40K. Okay, or close to 40K. It is, depends how you want to see it. And we'll talk more about that after in future like videos. But so the sales target is as important as the buy price. Okay, and those are our medium-term sales price. They're not like ultimate 2024 price. We're buying, we're going to exit before the next dump. Yeah. So that is why we'll need to watch again and again to understand the strategy behind the sales target, because everybody's always focused on what price am I going to buy? But the equal and even sometime more important is not what price am I going to buy at, but what price am I going to sell at? Yeah. What do you think about that, Austin?
Makes a lot of sense. I mean, just if you're focused too much on trying to get the best price, you're just gonna be waiting and waiting, and you won't join in. You won't get in the game.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter so much if the sales, the fair value of Bitcoin, which is fairly good, is there, right? Which we've talked about in the past. So if you go in a fair value price, which I think is here, then you have, where is it? I didn't go here. So there's a fair value of like Bitcoin, right? And you want to always pay attention to that. And that is the fair value. You can see we're way below the fair value. If we just get rid of all that, we're way below all the way here. So, and I'm saying basically that, yeah, we're not even at 30K. That's a very bearish, because if it goes down to 16K, it's very, very bearish. Do you understand? That's like very like bearish. That's why it hasn't been there, because it's too low below the fair like value. There's a point of being oversold where people are not stupid. They know that's a good price to buy, right? Now, seems to me that 18K is the price people think is a good price to buy. Otherwise, it would have broke it. If there's no buyers, it just keep going down, right? I mean, it's not complicated, right? So, but that has not happened. So obviously, if you calculate from here to all the way down, right, like we're already below 46%, the fair, like the bottom part of the fair value. If you measure from the middle point here, it's even more, right? Like it's way below. It's like 56% down on the fair like value. And Bitcoin is easily going to go back to the fair value. You could sell it at this. You don't need to sell it at like 40K, like I said. But I think 40K is a good price to sell. It's could possibly go to 43, but 40K is a very safe price to sell, which is where the fair value is. That the low zone is 35. So I'm basically targeting about there. So it always goes back to fair like value. If you go back in the past, when there is a crash, right, it will go under and then go back to fair, sometime like higher. But anyway, you'd have to look at the future video to specifically understand why 40K. Right. Yeah, but that's the essence of it. Let me get rid of this. And then that's it. That's basically the plan. Hope that helps. And happy trading. May the markets make you rich.